The worst video made in the history of CrossFit hate videos. I'm absolutely copying Hiller when I talk about the same video that he just talked about like 24 hours before I make this. Why CrossFit is terrible for your health. Deep dive.
What you just said.
The shallowest deep dive I've ever seen in the history of YouTube. Prophet Evo. He's this guy who basically uses AI to write his scripts, AI to make his little thumbnails, and then he craps on a bunch of things. He repeats every cliche you've ever heard in all of the CrossFit hate videos ever. And Hiller already shredded him. So I'm here to come in and shred the comment section because I just couldn't let it go. I just keep thinking about it. I was so enraged. When Hiller first posted his stories, he accidentally posted a link to the video. So Hiller's story's there and I'm like, yay, a new Hiller video. And I'm like, why is he posting this? Does he want us to comment on it and rip it apart? Is he busy? Is he going to do something about this? So I end up watching the video and I'm so mad. And I'm like, I'll freaking make a video.
Have you forgotten your calling? I'll do it myself. I hate you.
You think you're too busy because you're making your video about Korea or whatever you're doing?
Got back from South Korea.
This is old school Hiller. You got to deal with this. But thankfully, it was all good. It was all good. It's all good. It's all good. Without further ado, into the comments section. And by the way, this is completely impromptu. I usually have some sort of organization notes type thing going on. I'm just going for it. Here we go. Mizzou Karate. When I trained in karate and wrestling as a young man, they had the same general idea. Rest is weakness. This is stupid training. Your body needs rest and recovery.
What you just said.
That is a stupid comment because who on earth ever said that you're not supposed to rest in CrossFit? 3 on, 1 off. This is ridiculous. You're absolutely right. There's no way these CrossFit coaches have the knowledge of professional powerlifters or Olympic weightlifters. Where's the foundation for these lifts?
What you just said.
That's why we have a class called CrossFit Foundations. It provides the foundations for these lifts. And you can't go to a high school football gym in America without seeing them doing power cleans. For the most part, there are not CrossFit coaches out there that won't be encouraging you to start light. Just some dude. Notice this. Think about the CrossFit gyms that used to be in your city or town. Now notice they're all gone. Laugh out loud. CrossFit is trash.
What you just said.
No, there's like way more of them now because High Rocks was just a long CrossFit Metcon is all over the place. And all the ones that de-affiliated are still doing CrossFit. There are more CrossFit gyms than ever. More people doing CrossFit style training. More people doing the methodology. Whether they have a CrossFit sign on their door or not, you're wrong. CrossFit is garbage, says just some dude again. Half the exercises are made up trash that's not a real exercise.
Is one of the most insanely idiotic things.
I think the only thing we made up was the wall balls. Maybe thrusters, and if we made up thrusters, I don't know if we did or not, but if we invented the thruster, that is a fantastic exercise. One of the best that there is. You're getting volume in the leg squatting, you're getting the overhead position. Nita 2, is there a healthy version of CrossFit?
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response.
Yeah, CrossFit. Masimodio 2455. When CrossFit was big, it was already considered low IQ by anyone doing serious sports. CrossFit's not a sport. Heavyweight. CrossFit was always the poor man's version of World's Strongest Man. Heavyweight is the handle. So clearly you just like World's Strongest Man. Yeah, there's no way you're going to injure yourself lifting gigantic stones and swinging 400-pound hammers above your head. That's completely safe and normal. It's like saying it's a poor man's version of doing a marathon or being a swimmer or doing karate. There's nothing related to just insert the clip.
Were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought?
Eminem 66. What's the point of fitness if the only goal is to push yourself to the limit? I don't get it. How's it healthy when you end up with everything torn or broken? Well, first off, what is the point of fitness? I'm guessing that you haven't defined fitness. You have to actually talk about what fitness is. The goal is not to push ourselves to the limit. We do push ourselves. Anything in life, you have to push yourself. to push yourself to get out of bed in the morning. Any type of working out, you have to push yourself to get the last rep in, the last 2 reps in. Push yourself in the last lap of a mile. You're talking about RPE 10, relative perceived effort. And we don't do that every day. And if you do, you shouldn't. Those floppy pull-ups. People doing those floppy pull-ups can do a lot of strict pull-ups. Have you ever seen a gymnast? They're the ones where we get the kipping from. They're some of the strongest freaking people in the world. But I get it. They look kind of funny. JBUW5YH. I was at the sports medicine doctor many years ago with a work-related back injury. While discussing training methods, he said, CrossFit has been great for my business. I haven't heard that one before. I mean, it honestly may come from the NCAS and their fraudulent research that they got sued for when they stated more prevalence for CrossFit injuries. But the fact of the matter is that CrossFit does not injure people more. Things like running, people are injured more often than CrossFit. CrossFit's pretty much right there in the middle and very typical for injuries for any type of training. At Some Guy Inc. At Some Guy Ick. I've never seen anyone over 50 doing CrossFit, but I see plenty of people over 50 doing Pilates, lifting, weights, and yoga. If you've never seen somebody over 50 doing CrossFit, you have literally never walked into a CrossFit box, period. End of story. Maker's Mark, 1974. I remember this guy. I'm just going to read it. It's honestly hurt to see so many westernized minds walking around with water bottles. Then the worst came. Water drilled from the same Arctic waters, sold due to a diamond attachment, plus the attire. To allow tights on tights on tights for those that claim its simplicity whilst pretentiously feeling as if it worked out. My conclusion, people are well trained, like some pet, due to such logistics used for marketing. Last but not least, CrossFit paved the way for people to, quote, feel assumptions, way more than the average toddler, which then led to more false, empathetic BS directives that marketing manifested just so the genders clash and pigments becoming rated on some college stat. I gotta get the other guy. Sir, I need to ask if you have taken any hallucinogens in the last 24 hours. Because what you just said
Is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
we can't just have people existing out there like you who say things like this. You, sir, are a menace. It was good to have you. I missed you a little bit. Okay, so the next one. After that absolute ridiculousness, clear out the cobwebs in your brains. I know that was stupid, but D-Shoe 228. These AI-created clickbait videos are taking shots at everyone. Good job in the views, though. That's true. Sheldon Cooper, 8199. It took till 2016 for CrossFit to get to Germany. Thankfully, the trend died in 2020. Well, Sheldon, that's just not true because we didn't have any numbers, although the guess was around 250, 300 affiliates until 2023, I think it was. I did the research here, and in 2023, it was something like 300 or 350 gyms, and then an estimate done in research in 2025 had them at like 450 gyms. The bottom line is that it's actually there's more CrossFit affiliates in Germany now than there were back then, and many more than 2016, so you're just wrong. Thomas Kloss, 8218. I've been doing CrossFit since 2014. I'm 45, still love it. Never been stronger, faster, healthier, never had serious injury. Exercise 5 or 6 times per week. Every year, take part in the Open. Sometimes I compete. It's a great sport for me. Hope to train in it for the next decade. Good on you, Thomas. I bring this one up because he replied to it, and he replied, that's insane. Somebody says they've been doing it and they're 45, that they're the healthiest they've ever been and they love it, and you say that that's crazy. You're crazy. You literally thought that 60 burpees was insane.
Not 60.
First off, if you do 60 burpees willingly, you're a psychopathic self-masochist, okay?
Oh.
That's what Andrew said in his video. And that was one of the more insane things that you said, that 60 burpees was crazy. 60 burpees is crazy? I feel bad for your clients, and I really mean that. At Handsome Squidward, Q7G. I think another bad thing is that it makes the women who take part in it intensively to roid out and gradually morph into Kronk from the Emperor's New Groove. The women who take part in it intensively, it makes them roid out. I don't think it makes them roid out. I mean, some of them do, sure. Have you seen strong women? They're not even women anymore. Oh gosh, is Mitch Hooper going to make a video about me now?
So you, John. Lift ever be kind. We'll catch you tomorrow.
Somebody asked him, what do you recommend? You know, the alternative. Doing some of these things.
What you just said
So you want them to do some CrossFit?
is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Doing these some things, but in separate days? And don't do strength training with high volume while making it a timed workout.
Were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought?
We don't do strength training as a timed workout. We do strength training as strength training, and then we do a timed workout with less weight. Shigwarma, Wakafu. If the CrossFit was so effective at muscle building, why were they all juicing so damn hard? Why were they all juicing so damn hard? Were. They still are. We still are. Get with the program. Or maybe they just look good because they do CrossFit. And this is just one of the, you know what? I'm going to preemptively insert the clip.
What you just said
At EJC5105, I think everyone I know who used to do CrossFit now is mostly sedentary or at least barely working out. I did it for a few years in the early 2000s, but then transitioned into weightlifting. Okay, so literally, you say everybody you know who did CrossFit's now sedentary, and then you go on to say I did it, and I'm into weightlifting now. So everyone you know isn't sedentary. You're not sedentary. The person that you know most literally is not sedentary. Sheldon Johnson, 7379, CrossFit, jack of all trades, master of none. Again, we want to be good at everything. We want to be functional. We want to be prepared for life and longevity. It's actually very smart. But his reply is interesting because he says, but oftentimes better than a master of one. Nowhere in your video or anywhere in your replies on any of these comments do you once support CrossFit, give CrossFit the benefit of the doubt, or be unbiased in any way. So when you say oftentimes better than a master of one, you're not giving CrossFit props, but that's exactly what you do, because you're right, it is better than a master of one. Doing CrossFit is better than being a great sprinter or a great marathon runner or a great swimmer or somebody who can do a really heavy lift. Because if you're really humongous and you can lift something really heavy, you can't run very far and you're going to be out of breath. If you can run a marathon, you're really skinny and you can't lift heavy enough. But if you do CrossFit, you can be pretty darn good at everything. And we'll end on somebody with really bad grammar who says something trying to be reasonable, ending on a positive note. At 5454. Let's be logical, guys. Go to gym when you want to train some specific muscle at a time. Go to CrossFit Box when you want to put metabolic stress on the body for a short period of time. If you ask me personally, best one is 3 days a week CrossFit, 1 day rest, 2 days all body part gym style training, and 1 day rest. It's a very practical way of training. Hey man, I can get with that. 3 days a week of CrossFit sounds good for me. Said if you're above 40, then in diet you should take fruits and salads, meat and nuts. This guy is a freaking genius. Say no to animal protein and even milk. Why did you have to ruin everything you just said? Freaking idiot, man. You were doing so good.
You were the chosen one!
Say no to animal protein? Come on, dude. Eat a freaking ribeye. Now I'm in a bad mood. I gotta go.